It's Red Light, Green Light, 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. Here are your hosts, D and Z. Welcome everybody to Red Light, Green Light, 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. I am Z, and here's how it goes. D and I pick our top 1, 2, 3 starts or green lights, and our top 1, 2, 3 sits or red lights. We're going to start with our green lights first. Who are your 3 green lights, D?
All right, so first up, I'm heavily vested in this team. I've got Garrett Wilson against Buffalo. Someone's going to catch the touchdown passes because they're going to be throwing. So Jets, you start your Garrett Wilson. He's going to be fine on Monday night. Number 2, Ravens defense against Houston. It is going to be a nightmare for Mr. Stroud and company. They just might get shut out. And number 3, here's my sleeper. It's Brian Robinson, running back on the Commanders, going up against that terrible Arizona Cardinals team who's looking forward to next year. What do you got, Z?
Nice. Solid. I'm going to eschew the Thursday night game. I like Jahmyr Gibbs a lot, but I'm not going to go there just now. My number 1 green light, Bijan Robinson. Bijan is going to put the beat down on Carolina. Major beat down. I like him a lot going into this week. Number 2, I am going with James Cook against the Jets. I think that he is going to not just best his brother, but he's going to provide exactly what the Bills need to take down the vaunted Jets. And my last green light is going to be the 49er defense against the Steelers. I think they're going to beat up Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's going to survive, but barely. Lots of sacks, a couple picks. The Niners are going to look like the Niners. Those are our green lights. Now, who are your red lights, D?
All right, so I have to disagree with you on one guy. My number 1 red light is James Cook.
Oh!
I am not going up against that front 7 of the New York Jets, especially them playing at home. And I just don't know what the distribution is going to be. They do have Damian Harris as a running back, so I'm not sure how many reps Cook is going to get. Number 2 is Jalen Hurts against the Pats. People have been sleeping on the Pats all summer long. I just don't know. Pats usually have a top 5 defense. This could be a tough game for Jalen Hurts. And number 3 is going to be Najee Harris against that San Francisco defense that you want to start. Wouldn't be surprised if Jaylen Warren becomes the guy who actually scores the touchdowns and gets the rock. Z, what do you got?
All right, my number 1 red light is going to be Dameon Pierce of the Texans. Going up against that Ravens D? Yeah, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long year in Houston. But the one shot they have at victory is if they run a rock with Dameon Pierce. And it's going to be a long day. Long day. Number 2, Michael Pittman against the Jags. Number 1, Anthony Richardson's his quarterback. Number 2, he's playing the Jags defense, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Going to be a long year in Indy. Expect Michael Pittman to not deliver. And number 3, Baker Mayfield against the Vikings. I'm sure you could have seen that one coming. Baker Mayfield, not ready for prime time. And the Vikings defense, they're the Vikings defense. They're going to do what they do. Those are our red lights. What are your red lights? What are your green lights? Share them with us on X at FadeRouteDNZ or drop us a line on our Instagram at FadeRoutePodcast. But it's time for us to run the go route again. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.